He didn't speak with a script prepared by diplomats. He didn't pause for applause. He didn't seek praise. He spoke because it was right, because he could no longer watch in silence as hospitals were destroyed and babies buried beneath rubble. "Do not tell me about diplomacy," he continued in a follow-up speech. "Do not lecture me about alliances. Tell that to the mother screaming over her dead son. Tell that to the child who sleeps under bombed-out ceilings. If your politics demands you to ignore that pain, then your politics is already dead." The world was stunned. Who was this man? Where did he find such courage? He had no billion-dollar army, no nuclear power, no seat at the G7. But what he had was truth. And truth doesn't need a throne. It needs only a voice. Traoré wasn't just speaking for Burkina Faso. He was speaking for every voiceless child in Gaza, every father carrying his wounded daughter through dust and smoke, every forgotten soul whose suffering had become just another headline. He became a symbol, not of war, but of human conscience. Within days, hashtags like Traoré Speaks, Chant Africa Stands with Gaza, and Voice of the Voiceless began trending. Youth across Africa organized rallies in his support. Artists painted murals of him alongside doves and broken olive branches. From Accra to Algiers, Nairobi to New York, people were listening. Even in Gaza, his words were heard. One Palestinian woman, a schoolteacher who had lost her entire classroom in an airstrike, recorded a video through tears. "In a world full of silence you spoke. Mr. Traoré, you gave us dignity when others gave us nothing. But it wasn't just emotion. It was also awakening." Traoré's speech lit a fire across African politics. Many began to question their government's silent support of powerful nations involved in deadly conflicts. Some leaders, inspired by his courage, began re-evaluating arms deals and diplomatic relations. Young people in universities started holding forums. Protesters held up placards saying, "Our leaders serve foreign powers. Traoré serves the people." A new question echoed across continents. Why did it take a small West African nation to remind the world of its humanity? And still, Traoré did not claim victory. He didn't bask in the spotlight. When asked if he feared backlash or sanctions, he simply said, "If standing up for innocent lives cost me my position, my reputation, or even my life, then so be it. I'd rather lose power than lose my soul." The world was listening, but not everyone was clapping. As Ibrahim Traoré's speech swept across the internet and television screens, shaking hearts and opening eyes, it also rattled some very powerful cages. In the corridors of Western governments, behind polished wooden doors, officials whispered, "How did this young man become such a voice so quickly? Why is everyone talking about Burkina Faso? He's challenging the order. This can't be ignored." In Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu responded swiftly. Appearing on national TV with his familiar grave expression, he dismissed Traoré's words as emotional propaganda and a distraction from the real threat of terrorism. "This man," Netanyahu said, "should focus on the issues of his own struggling country rather than lecturing nations that are defending themselves." The message was clear. Sit down, be quiet, stay in your lane. But Traoré wasn't having it. Just 48 hours after Netanyahu's remarks, Traoré doubled down. At a packed press conference, surrounded by flags of African nations, he looked directly into the cameras. unshaken, unmoved, unapologetic. They tell me to stay silent because I am from a poor country. They think we have no right to speak. But let me be very clear. Being rich in weapons does not make you right, and being poor does not make you blind. He continued, we may not have your drones, we may not control your media, but we still have our hearts, and in those hearts we carry the pain of the oppressed. That moment became history.